You know, when you're working in Acumatica and you have those custom fields in your grids, the ones that don't come directly from your database,
Unbound fields.
yeah, they're super helpful for showing like calculated stuff or labels that make things easier to understand for users. But
Right, but they can be tricky when you want to filter or sort them in a grid.
exactly, that's what we're diving into today. How to make those unbound fields really work for you. You might have a grid with customer ID, but then you add an unbound field for the customer's preferred contact method.
And you want to be able to quickly find all the customers who prefer email or sort your list by that preference.
But the standard grid filtering and sorting, they just don't play nice with unbound fields.
Because those fields aren't actually columns in your main data table.
So to help us figure this out, we have Mayuri Gulfane, a software engineer at Tiana Solutions.
Mayuri's been in the ERP world for 5 years, and she's worked with all sorts of Acumatica needs like reports, generic inquiries, security, you name it. The real issue here is how do we give users the power to filter and sort by those unbound custom fields without pulling their hair out?
So we've laid out the problem. Let's jump into the solution that Tiana Solutions has come up with.
They found that a specific Acumatica event is the key.
Really?
Yeah, it's the PX field selecting event. Cool about it is that it can dynamically populate those unbound fields. You use the PX field selecting event to get the value of that unbound field right when you need it, whether it's for displaying or for filtering and sorting. So every time Acumatica needs to show the preferred contact method in a row, or when it needs to use that field for filtering or sorting based on what the user types, the PX field selecting event gets triggered.
I see.
And in the code you've written for this event, you tell Acumatica how to figure out the right preferred contact method for that specific customer, maybe by looking it up in a different table or using a rule you set up. And by doing that, you make that unbound field act like a regular database field as far as the grid's filtering and sorting are concerned.
That's clever.
And speaking of being smart, Tiana Solutions chose to use the PX field selecting event instead of the row selected event for a reason.
Oh, why is that?
Well, the row selected event happens every time a user clicks on a row in the grid.
Okay.
And if you put the code to populate your unbound fields in that event, it could really slow things down, especially if you have a lot of rows.
I can imagine the system would be constantly recalculating things, even if the user is just browsing through the grid.
Exactly. But the PX field selecting event is much more efficient. It only happens when the value of that specific unbound field is needed, either to show it or to use it for filtering or sorting, which keeps things running smoothly, even if you have a lot of unbound fields or a huge amount of data.
That's really important for keeping Acumatica performing well. Now, besides using the PX field selecting event, are there any settings within Acumatica that we need to change to make these unbound fields filterable and sortable?
Yes, you'll need to use the Acumatica customization editor.
Okay.
In the editor, you need to find the unbound field that you've set up with the PX field selecting event, and then you need to make sure the allow filter and allow sort options are checked in the properties for that field.
It sounds like it's all about combining smart code with the right settings in Acumatica.
It is. And the benefits are pretty clear. Users can now easily find the information they need and analyze their data in ways they couldn't before.
It's like giving them a superpower.
I like that. They can filter by things like preferred contact method or any other custom field they've added.
And they can sort the grid to see things in a specific order.
All of this makes their workflows much smoother and helps them make better decisions.
I understand Tiana Solutions has received some great feedback from clients who have implemented this solution.
Oh yeah, one client even said it was a game changer for their team. They said that being able to filter and sort on those unbound fields made a huge difference in their day-to-day work and made them much more efficient.
That's awesome. So for our listeners who are dealing with the same challenge of wanting to filter and sort by unbound fields, what's the main takeaway from our conversation today?
It's that you can achieve this functionality in Acumatica. You can use the PX field selecting event to dynamically get the data you need and then configure the field in the customization editor to allow filtering and sorting.
It's a powerful solution that combines code and configuration to solve a common problem.
Absolutely.
And if you're struggling with this or any other Acumatica limitations, Tiana Solutions is here to help.
We have a team of experts who can create custom solutions tailored to your specific needs.
If you're interested in learning more about how Tiana Solutions can help you improve your Acumatica experience, we encourage you to reach out to them directly.
They can help you implement the solutions we talked about today and so much more. Thanks for listening.
And thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.